everyone, welcome to a new episode of Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales. It's been a few days since I've last played because editing each episode is very, very time consuming. Having said that, what is going on with the story? Because I don't quite remember. Where am I supposed to go? Well, this way. Okay, I'm being an idiot. Great. I am being an absolute idiot. Yeah. You go here, of course. Ooh. What? Why are they running away? Why are they running away? Okay, we definitely want to explore this area then. First, I should say. Hello. My queen, this building houses the bank of Clan Zigrin. The banker claims that should we invest now, in a few months' time, it's worth. What? Will increase threefold. It sounds too good to be true. Should we invest in anything? Should we invest anything? Large amount. Fuck it. Large amount. Whatever. I'm comfortable. Famous last words. I'm very comfortable with the deck we have, honestly. So good.
Well, that's yet.
What?
Well, that's yet more settlers in the ground. Ah, they was good dwarves.
What happened?
We would take root neath Mount Carbon, where it's warmer, but allotments for the Vale. We would take root neath Mount Carbon, where it's warmer, but allotments.
Riding past a mine, Niamh noticed a group of miners gathered around the entrance to a shaft. Frost had settled on their moustaches and beards, suggesting they had been there for some time. The Queen summoned Gabor and asked him to determine the reason for this sit-in. He returned after a few minutes and announced the most curious thing.
They're waiting for the knocking to stop.
Niamh's frown prompted Gabor to explain in greater detail.
According to our laws, dwarves can't go into a mine if there's knocking coming from inside. We're obliged to wait for the ruckus to quieten down.
Ah, yes. Our own miners share this superstition.
Reynard interjected.
They say the knocking is that of a treasurer gnome, a kind of mine ghost.
With all due respect, your miners are dimwits.
Gabor said, patting Reynard on the shoulder.
Knocking means an imminent and abrupt discharge of the potential pliable energy of rock formations. In other words, you can, a rock burst. Except usually it's all done in a day or two, whereas these lads have been waiting going on 2 weeks. Foreman's grown impatient. He'd like to send someone down the shaft, have him see what's at issue, but, well, the code forbids us from doing anything of the sort.
If in this manner I can gain favor among your brethren,
Sighed the Queen, dismounting.
so be it. I shall descend and see what the problem is.
The shaft was too narrow to fit an entire army, so Niamh and a small unit of men entered the mine, miners' lamps in hand, and hearts in their mouths.
Why would she risk herself?
The
This
rhythmic
makes no
knocking
sense.
coming from the bowels of the mountains, distorted and multiplied, was unnerving. Soon the company arrived at the place that seemed the source of the knocking. Gabor put his ear to the rock and listened for several moments in silence, then struck the wall with all his might. The wall crumbled with a crash, opening a passage into another corridor, from which sprang numerous foes.
If you came with me, you are breaking your own code, you idiot. Anyways, in the darkness of the abandoned mine shaft, it was impossible to discern who stood against Niamh's force. It was clear only that they were men, or at least something taking their form, imitating their voices. Knowing her sword was too large to thrust in his tight shaft, she threw it to the ground and reached for her dagger. I mean, if I have access to my entire deck, which I do, this description doesn't make sense, because story-wise, we are outnumbered and a bit at a disadvantage, But gameplay-wise, I'm definitely not in a disadvantage. Sure.
Did you hear something? What was that?
Cursed traitors.
Who goes there? Drop your weapons!
Nay, you drop yours!
Calm down, you.
Sod it. Sod it all.
Oh my goodness. What in the world is that?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
He's gonna... Oh no, he was deployed.
Who just grabbed me?
Oh, apologies, Maeve. I thought you were raining.
Oh my god, guy!
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Did I...
Left, right, left, right.
Reynard! Are we winning?
Of
I can't
course
see a
not.
bloody thing.
Tell me you jest.
Cursed traitors.
Interesting.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Give me a time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who can we kill with 6? This guy, I guess.
Our ballista, your command.
Oh!
It's not too late to walk away.
Why would I walk away? By 10. I don't know. Is it my... I guess not. I don't know what to do here.
Armor won't say.
Oh, interesting. This is interesting, but I think I'm gonna pause because we win.
Stop! Stop! We surrender!
Like I said, I'm very confident in my deck. Even when I don't
Both
get the
sides were
fire,
surprised.
guys.
Both fought in the weak light of torches, nearly down on hands and knees. In the end, the queen emerged victorious, and as soon as she had returned her sword to its sheath, she asked the new prisoners a question
Sword.
that was on everyone's mind.
It was a dagger,
Who
was
the
it
devils
not?
are you?
The captives looked at each other in disbelief, as if before them stood a ghost. Finally, one of them managed to choke out a response.
Your Highness, we're your subjects.
Meve recognized the accent at once. The men came from Rivia. But what were they doing so far from home? According to the prisoner's account, after the Nilfgaardians' invasion of their kingdom, terrible poverty gripped the land. Seeking bread, some desperate inhabitants had gone to the mountains of Mahakam, engaging in wildcat mining in search of precious ores. Without asking the dwarves what they thought of this,
You know yourself, my queen.
explained one captured Riv.
They guard their treasure real jealous-like, don't care a whit about the suffering of others. They see us starving down in valley and don't lift a stubby finger.
Sadly, the Rivians had dug close to existing corridors. When Gabor destroyed the wall that stood between them and the dwarves, they were convinced they were being attacked by monsters, so they raised arms in self-defense.
Maeve, 'tis a tough nut to again,
said Gabor.
but let's nae kid ourselves. These men are thieves.
No.
We must hand them over to the Mahakaman Guard.
So they may do what? Sentence them to hard labor, or hang them at once?
Said Reynard, his usual calm shaken and his voice raised.
These are your subjects, Queen.
I know.
They coveted their neighbors' goods, true, but only because they had naught themselves.
So, it's, as far as I'm concerned, what they wanted was, the dwarves, I mean, the dwarves wanted to be able to go mine again. As far as I'm concerned, we did that. Now, for the Rivians, I am their queen. As we've seen time and time again, there's a lot of prejudice, racism, xenophobia, even between all sorts of people. Humans against dwarves, against elves, elves against, basically humans against everything, elves against everything, dwarves against everything. Everyone is against everybody if they don't look enough like themselves. And like I said, I've done the agreed. I've fulfilled the deal. You can now mine, so fuck off.
The foreman wished for the knocking to stop.
Said the queen.
And
Yes.
so it shall. As for you, go back to Rivia, and tell all their queen shall soon return, leading an army.
The grateful Rivs quickly packed up their tools and left the mountains. Meve had no doubt Bruva Hoog would soon learn of the affair and would certainly not approve of her decision. Yet she preferred to face the Elder's wrath than send her subjects to a dwarven prison, or possibly to their death.
Technically, they can still die while trying to reach Rivia.
Well, boys, a wee swig and we get back to work. Well, boys, a wee swig and we get back to work.
Right. Look at this soup. Well, if it ain't soup, it was something else. Oh, what?
The sound of approaching hoofbeats made Meve turn to see Reynard spurring on his panting horse, galloping at a breakneck speed towards her.
Ill tidings I bring, Your Grace.
Clearly. Glad tidings never arrive with such urgency.
Our scouts captured a Nilfgaardian messenger. He was traveling in disguise, and by night. When he realized his capture was imminent, he strove to destroy the letters he carried. We were able to salvage some, in parts.
Anything of interest?
Yes, there is, I fear. Your Majesty, you must listen. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meve and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed. Hail, Keritsa.
A traitor. We might have expected as much. Nilfgaard has shown amply that it abides only by the rules it sets. Since they have not proved able to defeat me in the field, in open battle, they seek other means. I suppose the scroll bears no name.
It does not, Your Grace.
The messenger. Have you questioned him?
Naturally, Your Grace. Alas, he knows not to whom the letter is directed. He was to leave it in an agreed spot.
I take it tidings of the whole affair have spread throughout the force?
Yes, Your Majesty. The witnesses were too many to keep this fact a secret.
We must thus assume the traitor in our ranks knows it as well, and will make no attempt to retrieve the scroll. A dead end. Have we any other leads or clues?
None, I fear, Your Majesty. We must be alert. Keep a keen eye on events as they unfold, and exercise great caution in forging new acquaintances.
Very well. Eyes wide open, all senses attuned. Yours in particular, Reynard.
Of course, my liege.
Well, I'm not concerned, honestly. I'm really not. Come here, Meve. Come to this house. Your Majesty, something dwells in this house. A beast with burning red eyes and frightening growl. Growl, probably. Perhaps he got something worth finding, but only a few brave souls would be able to fit inside. Not all might return. One man shall suffice. Ache of the Nazzle. Who the fuck is the Nazzle? Oh, I know. He's the guy that I sent away. Alright. Tainted Ale. Let's check. But first, consider your offer accepted. Direct me when forced to the agreed side. We wait their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed. El Kerzer. Where is Tainted? Mark a unit and boost you by 10. After 3 turns until start, destroy the unit and sell. That is a puzzle. Snowball fight. The Irian winters are mild, frosts are rare, and snow, should any fall at all, melts the moment it lands. Yet Meve's soldiers had now witnessed the expanse of the frosty powder blanket, the peaks of Mahakam. They delighted in the harsh beauty of the frigid landscape, then were struck with an ingenious idea to pack snow into small orbs and hurl them at each other. Hilarity and hearty laughter ensued for minutes, that is, until a troll joined their revelry. To their terror, he had brought rocks to a snowball fight. Do not let Meve die. What the hell?
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads. My spirit's willing and how, but damn boots are killing me. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to die.
Oh my god.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Aye.
Hey?
Ah, should have listened to me old lady.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Oh, thank you, internet. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh. Where's my reward? Didn't I not get the reward? Damn. Hello. Lady, we spotted gold down there among the debris. We can send a few soldiers to get up. If the rope snaps, those rocks will serve as our final resting place. No. No, thank you. Did I guess I did. Still, just want to be sure. Right, we going. What the hell?
Meave's force neared Davor's abyss. Signs of beastly feasting were not hard to find. Countless paw and claw tracks were impressed in the blood-stained snow. Among the boulders, bones picked clean were strewn about. Gascon lifted one from the ground.
Empty inside,
He said.
Something sucked out the marrow.
Meave's soldiers feigned indifference to the grisly sight. They marched on, their stepped rhythm unwavering, a song on their lips. Yet hearing a slight tremolo in their voices, Meave knew they merely sought to drown out their fear. A moment later, a commander's horn sounded, the signal to halt. The Queen galloped to the fore of the column and found herself at the edge of a vast, round hole in the ground. She could not see the bottom. Meave drew her reins tight to prevent her mount from taking even one step forward.
What is this? A crater? A desiccated lake?
A mine of the strip variety.
Gabor explained.
Treasures we picked and shoveled for here. Diamonds. Till we happened on the beasts, that is.
What now?
Orion's a dam. Holds back a lake. If we can break it, water will rush in, fill the abyss and the tunnels from which the beasts emerge. Just need to get around the mine first. Way down's on the other side.
Meave squinted and gazed into the distance. Indeed, there was the dam. And at its foot, a swarm of beasts roiled about. Her soldiers gazed at their queen expectantly, their arms at the ready. She knew well they would rush into battle, in spite of their fear.
Gabor,
Meve cried out over the whirling wind.
have you bards here in Mahakam?
Course, Your Grace.
Then we shall give them good reason to compose this day on the themes of courage, of heroism, of Lyria! Gee up!
And with that cry, the queen spurred her mount, grabbed a banner, and raising it high over her head, rushed headlong at the horrid swarm.
The dwarves delved deep into Davos Abyss, and from it pulled diamonds of unsurpassed quality. These stones glisten at all the courts of the north, bejeweling crowns, capping scepters, studding chalices, and glamorizing ceremonial swords. Like, is it scepters? Oh god, sorry for yawning. Scepters or scepters? Like, how do you pronounce this? Some stayed in Mahakam, though in more mundane incarnations, as drill bits or crystal cutters, for example. Yet the days of Davos diamond delving were long past. Now only monsters crawled out of this dark abyss. Gain 7 charges on your old catapult without it being destroyed. Hint, keep your catapult well maintained on all sides. What the fuck does that mean? This works. I hope.
Here's the way down. We need
Every
to break
turn on
through
your
and
start, if
destroy
there are
the
any
dam.
units adjacent to this one, gain 1 charge, and damage around the enemy by 5, and all other units on its row by 2. Which 7 means wins the battle. Oh.
Left, right, left, right.
Oh no.
One boat.
Catch!
Again and again and again.
Good. One charge. Damn.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Your Grace, monsters approach from all sides.
What do you mean? Good job, I guess.
What do you want of me?
I have no idea, man.
Arbalist to your command.
So there should be 3. Yes.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
This would be 4.
Nothing personal, I assure you.
This would be 5. Interesting, I guess.
Excellent! The dam's about to give!
6.
I'm a boss.
It's fair.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Is it done? Should be.
Excellent work!
Indeed. Let's go.
And indeed, bards sang of this battle soon after. For no claws or fangs could break through the wall of shields the Lyrians raised that day. And no scales could protect the beasts from the Lyrians' stinging arrows and blades.
Fight! Do not relent! Let us show these beasts! It is they who should fear us!
The Queen shouted. In the end, the beasts turned to flee, yet Meave's force cut off any chance of escape. A solid wall of men began to push the monsters ever closer to the edge of Davor's abyss. Pressed from all sides, the horrors began slipping over the precipice, screeching terribly as they fell.
Wow. Blood.
Silence came at last. The Queen stood at the edge of the precipice, breathing heavily, leaning on her sword. From the depths of the mine came muted growls and groans.
Let's flood the damn hole,
hissed Gabor,
before any other shite crawls out of it.
A rush of icy water suddenly rose, then just as abruptly plunged into the mine, flooding the pit. And where once lay Davor's abyss, now lay Davor's pond. Meave descended back into the pass, exhausted and covered in beastly blood, yet also exceedingly pleased. She was one step closer to dwarven support in the war against Nilfgaard. Once the Lyrians had put some distance between themselves and the now destroyed monster lair, Meave ordered her men to pitch camp. Then she sent the quartermaster off for food and drink. The soldiers lit campfires, then set aside their weapons. Soon after, lively music and song could be heard throughout the camp.
Your Majesty,
Reynard said from behind Meave's back.
A messenger from the Elder-in-Chief.
The Queen turned to see a dwarf in a richly adorned jerkin and a shako with golden seams. She stifled her laugh into a smile and lifted her chin proudly, expecting praise and a pledge of aid in the war against Nilfgaard.
My lady, your daring deeds have come to the Elder's attention,
said the dwarf in a measured voice.
He's positively irate and demands an explanation.
Irate? But why? I and my men, we've aided you greatly.
Elder Hoog awaits at the Long Branch. You'd be wise not to keep him there any length of time.
And with that, all the Queen's enthusiasm for a celebration was instantly gone. She waited until the fires expired and the songs died down, then gave the order to march.
Whoa! It's a new area, or what? Day 234. First day of winter, going to be mighty rough. So cold the pickaxes are freezing to our hands. Had to cease work. Day 239. The snow has started. 2 meters a day. No plowing visibility. Chimneys barely poking out of the snow drifts. Day 245. Monsters attacking from all sides. Hard to hold ground. Huge losses. Day 250. Had to abandon the mine. Retreating to Burrow's rump. Will return come spring. Petrit Fox. Okay. Okay, we can... Well, we might be able to climb. So this... Right, is if you want to go back. Fair enough. And this... is... something. No? Well, Meave, what is the freaking point? Oh my goodness. Devs, what is the point? I don't understand. Oh! Hello. More multiplayer stuff that I won't get to use because I'm not a multiplayer type of player. Oh! The treat, I agree, the mine must be evacuated. Carry as much as possible of what we've excavated so far and raise a red banner so our Scots can spot you in the snow. Although Boros Rum looks forward to your safe return, Tom or Fox. A thingy. A red banner. I mean, there are red banners all, you know, everywhere. Maybe not here. I wonder if we can build something. Doesn't say. Oh yeah. Oh damn. This. Look at 5 cards from your deck and play 2. Wait. 5 cards from your deck? Play 2. And discard the rest? So, this is good for the final round, but I guess I'll take it. Like I'll try and use it and see what's up. So, red flag. Hello. Welcome to lands of Clan Vidma. You share a tale, we share the ale. Hoo hoo ha. Come on, Meave. Oh! Is this a red flag? Meave.
Frozen. All. Only the banner moves. Blown by the wind.
Downright poetic. Prime material for a ballad. Perhaps even a whole saga.
Multiplayer. Barnabas Beckenbauer. Okay.
Gazing towards the horizon, Meave noticed a dark shape outlined against the mantle of snow that lay on the ground. It proved a tower, toppled and broken in pieces. Around it lay the ruins of other buildings, blocks hewn out of basalt rock protruding from the permafrost.
That'd be the Clan Vidmar ruins,
said Gabor, hollering over the wind.
Rich ones had their clan seat here till earth tremors turned all into dust. Hundreds of dwarves lived here once, and now, not a living soul.
Ah! Help! Save me!
On the contrary, there was someone midst the ruins, and said someone was clearly in trouble. Meave ordered her men to find the unfortunate soul. They returned moments later, leading a dwarf whose teeth chattered. They had found him in a ruined building where he'd sought shelter from ghouls. Judging by his appearance, the dwarf had spent the better part of a week there.
Marco Vidmar, they call me.
He said, patting down unkempt hair that seemed to reach in all directions.
I came here seeking a family heirloom, lost in the tremors and the chaos they caused. I ken the chamber where it ought to be, but, well, beasts made their lair there. I cannot drive them off on my own. But bold warriors like you ought to cut them down in a jiffy. So, will you help?
Yes.
I too have lost my home, estate,
said the Queen.
so I understand well what you feel. I shall help you recover your heirloom. Call it a whim.
Mirko Vidmar's face lit up. Though he'd spent a week besieged and eating stale biscuits, and though there was a hoarfrost in his beard, he quickly trotted to the front of the column and led the Lyrian soldiers to the underground chamber. As promised, beasts awaited there.
Shortened. The underground chamber was decorated with numerous reliefs portraying the heroic deeds of Zvonk, the Vidmar's clan's progenitor. One depicted the dwarf strangling a shell maw with his bare hands, another rescuing miners from a collapsed cavern, and the third wolfing down a succulent pawed knuckle. Capital surprise, Marco wished to regain the relics of his famous ancestor. The blood we're definitely keeping. Yeah.
The ruins! From there they come! Drive them back!
What are you talking about? I cannot attack.
Knock out one of your teeth.
I need the fire. I need the fire right fucking now. Either the fire. Yes. This sucks. We got no fire.
From there they come! Drive them back!
Abolist to your command.
An army's a waste of time.
I knew
for
it.
Like me.
It's a fucking bullshit, this fucker. And we got no fire. Don't know what to do. Well,
Don't like this.
haha. Asshole.
Never have a storm knock out one of your teeth.
We got it.
Make love, not war.
This is absolutely
I smell a leak.
gorgeous. Oh no. What the hell? Oh, I got it in the turn. Okay.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
My... Oh, you have passed! Because you don't have more cards, of course.
I'm a more sick.
Yep. Let's pass. I didn't notice.
Let's get a move on before any others show up.
Hell yeah.
As soon as the fight was done, Mirko Vidmar ran towards a crate that stood on a pedestal, slipping on the now bloody floor. When the dwarf lifted the lid, precious stones spilled out.
Your heirloom? This?
Asked the queen, rather puzzled.
I thought a pipe that belonged to your grandfather more likely.
Golden froth.
Seems to me Brother Mirko wasn't wholly candid with us. This here's no heirloom, no family souvenir. It's the treasure trove of Clan Vidmar. We thought it gone for good.
Pressed for the truth, Mirko admitted no family sentiment had prompted this expedition. The dwarf had planned to leave Mahakam and start a new life among humans. Yet he did not wish to do so without sizable capital.
I can't stand to stay here a moment longer. The days, all of them, they're identical. Rise with the first cockscrow, march in double file to the latrine, crap on command, 12 hours down the shaft and home to sleep.
Mirko complained.
Want a wifey? Put in an application. In triplicate. Can't snip your beard. Elders got to approve it. You want to add buttermilk, not cream, to your mushroom soup? Clan council's got to debate it. How's a dwarf not to get balmy?
I understand the lad, no two ways about it.
Gabor sighed.
But I feel it's my duty to remind yous that what Mirko's going and doing here, well, there are laws. Treasure's due the Elder-in-Chief, not to Mirko, that's one. Second, any dwarf that wants to leave Mahakam can't take nothing but his breeches, his dixie, and his coat. So, brief like, consider well afore you make your decision, Your Grace.
Like, Mirko, I sympathize with you, but I'm sorry.
I sympathize, Mirko.
Said Eve.
Well,
but I'm a crowned head. I must decline. National interest requires I show the greatest possible care for my relations with Elder-in-Chief Hoog. Yet in aiding you, I could sour those greatly. I shall return the treasure to him, I must. While you do what you will.
Mirko Vidmar swore under his breath, then jostled his way through the Lyrian infantry and into the mountains, towards human lands.
best of luck, dude. Can I not read this? Okay. Let's go. Can you go down, Meave? Okay, then.
The Lyrians rode a narrow, winding path along the rocky ridge. To one side were ice-covered boulders, to the other, a chasm hundreds of feet deep.
They could have at least erected some barriers,
complained Gascon, knocking snow from his cap.
Got plans for that?
Gabor said.
Just need to decide how high to make them.
What?
Think. Should they be the height of your average dwarf, or a human? The debate's gone on for 20 years. On the one hand, you've got...
Gabor did not finish his discussion. He was interrupted by the Baba Ghazi that jumped down from the rocks.
Make it the height of elves, they're taller, are they not?
Meave soldiers made quick work of the lone monster. But the sound of battle spooked the horses harnessed to one of their wagons.
Whoa there! Whoa, damn it!
The driver tried to rein in the animals, but could not. They dragged him into the chasm along with his cart and the soldiers riding in it. They landed a few dozen feet below on a rocky outcropping. A moment later, Baba Ghazis swarmed everywhere.
Did you see how they fared? Anyone left alive?
Asked Meave, leaning over the cliff edge.
Worry more about their cargo.
Gascon replied.
They were also carrying chests of gold.
Blast. We can't get down there. Too steep and the snow keeps falling.
We can lower ourselves down a line. But without armor, shields, or heavy weapons, otherwise it will snap.
And the Baba Ghazis?
The Queen said, brow raised.
We shan't kill them with daggers. They're too thick of armor.
We'll have to try. Or continue on our way.
Okay.
You only live once.
Meave sighed.
YOLO!
Gascon, round up some volunteers and let us move out.
Moments later,
Sorry, this is
the Queen
armor.
was lowering herself down a line straight towards the gaping maw of a Baba Ghazi. Her only armor, a woolen shirt.
This is bullshit. Look at the design. To the rescue. Meave's parents long refused their noble-born daughter lessons in the art of the sword. Yet nevertheless did she train in secret, wearing a blouse instead of armor, a kitchen knife in place of a sword, imitating the maneuvers she witnessed at nightly tournaments. Now, forced to fight without proper equipment, her childhood exercises would prove more useful to her than she could have ever imagined. Eliminate the Baba Ghazi. Shortened. Do I have my deck? I do. Nope. 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 Sure.
Careful! No one try to be a hero!
If his damage is last turn. Fallen soldiers. What the hell? Every turn on turn start, if there's a unit on the right, gain 1 charge. Otherwise, remove 1 charge. Meave wins the battle. If it reaches 0, Meave loses battle. Okay. So we gotta get units right fucking now.
Again and again and again.
There's a unit on the right.
Watch your heads!
Oh no. Anyways, what happens? Okay.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell?
Catch!
Ah, slippery up here, and it's a bloody long way down.
One bullet's all I need.
2.
Give me a time.
Done.
Bereft of sword and shield, Meve could not withstand a single blow. She thus danced on top of the frozen snow, deftly dodging the Barbegazi's lightning-fast strikes, while delivering but a few well-aimed hits of her own to their eyes, ears, and gaping jaws. When the last monster fell lifeless to the ground, Meve walked up to the shattered wagon. The soldiers it had carried were bruised, frostbitten, but alive.
Your Grace, we were sure you'd leave us.
A good ruler never abandons her folk.
Nor her gold.
Gascon interjected, while securing a rope to a chest. Soon enough, all were safely back on the path. The admiration Meve saw in her soldiers' eyes was in itself sufficient reward for her difficult battle.
How many times have I sacrificed my men for wood, gold, card fragments? Yeah, better not think too much about it because I won't know for sure. Okay. Come here, Meve. Hello. What puzzle are you? Stone Earth. Mindful of the intensifying snowstorm, Meve halted the march at a roadside inn by the name of Stone Hearth. Waiting for a turn in the weather, Meve bided her time by playing a round of Gwent with the innkeeper. It appeared the residents of Mahakam played by a set of rules different from what humans were accustomed to in the lowlands. Destroy the Stone Earth's resident hero, Garth Rocks 2. Units whose armor is reduced to 0 are destroyed. Every turn, draw a card. Oh. Ooh. Every turn, draw a card. But you play a card, you draw a card? What? I don't get it. Next to me.
Scurvy sketches!
This one. Here. What? Wait, what? It's looking different than what I have. Fuck. Don't know why.
Sailed into troubled waters, mate. What do you do?
don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what? What the? I don't know what I'm doing. Damn.
Your wish, my duty.
It's alright. That's it. Okay. Wow. This was not hard at all. Like, at some point I stopped looking at the guide because I understood what the thing was. It doesn't even feel like a puzzle, if I'm honest. There's a blizzard. Oh. Boost all allies on a row by 4. You know what? But where's the blizzard? No, I need the blizzard. Spawn and play 2 random. Oh, if it's random. Alright. Thank you.
Welcome to me inn. We've many folk today, but there's always room enough for more. Good to see you again. Welcome to me inn.
Look at this cheeky thing. Thank you.
Hefty mantle of fresh snow today. Got a blow before too long. Bring a rush down. Oh, cold as up a Shilemar's ass. Braving the snow in those meagre courts, are ye? Truly. Throw yourselves here for a spell afore moving on.
Thank you so much.
Winds are howling fast beating, la 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 la. Snow falls down.
Oh, look at this man. Or creature, or whatever it is. What is it? What is he? We have a puzzle, we have a thing, we have a fight, we have more things. Oh my god, there's a lot to do still. Alright, Meave, ready for this. Where's my phone? Remnants. The fact that Elder Bruverhug had finished spring cleaning did not mean that passage was safe. Off the beaten track, amidst icy, windswept ruins, beasts yet skulked, eager to ambush naive travelers astray too far from the road. Eliminate both the reckless and the shrewd vampires. To not let any more of your soldiers get seized, use your leader's ability. Okay. What the fuck was this? Okay. The Workers' Commission has determined that the nasty stench floating around Crag Pass gold mine is not in fact a fart, Valtas are otherwise, but is caused by methane fumes. As a result, please heed the following. Do not enter the mine until the stench has cleared under no circumstances. Do not come within 30 paces of the mine's entrance with a flame. Apologize to Valta for any inconvenience you've caused her. You've caused her. Hoo hoo ha. My god. It was probably really hard to handle for her. Like being accused, you know? I need 500, I'm sure, so no. Gold, I mean. 500 gold. It's a Drigan. Hold on, man. Hello. Oh, I see. Dear son, if you've opened the family tomb, it can only mean our father has passed, and now rests in peace beside me. Please do not grieve, for this is the way of life. Always has been, always will be. You're the head of this family now. It won't be an easy undertaking, but fret not. I set aside a sizable sum for this very day. You'll find where we used to watch the sunset. May your future be long and bright. Your mom, Varvarka. I think it would be here. Hello.
Meave now witnessed a sorry sight. A mass funeral for miners killed due to a tragic convergence of events. Their lead caskets lay upon the snow, wreaths of hop cones laid upon them in turn. The mourners waited for the diggers to finish. The digging was tough, for the ground was frozen. As the crunch and thud of picks and shovels continued, the dead miner's foreman scrambled onto a boulder to make a speech. Angry shouts and loud booing stopped him.
You knew it! You knew they'd smell vapors, but you ordered them to keep digging till it blew up in their faces!
Make the daily quota whatever the cost, eh?
You've blood on your mitts, whore son!
A mourner then picked up a chunk of frozen ground and threw it at the foreman. Blood spurted from the gash that appeared on his forehead. The first dirt chunk was followed by another, then by a rock, a brick. Meave realized that if she did not intervene, the foreman stood to be stoned to death. Meave resolved not to meddle in dwarven affairs. She did not know what Mahakam's laws would make of the situation, nor was it certain the accusations against the foreman were true. She spurred her horse and led her force away, quickly leaving the cemetery and the turmoil behind.
Now, a speech for the foredwarf. Rot slow, ya whoreson. Knew there'd be a stink cause of this. Now, a speech for the foredwarf. Rot slow, ya whoreson.
Oh, these are caskets. Oh. Suddenly, a piercing shriek came from above, giving no chance to react. A large creature swooped down from the sky and plucked up an unfortunate infantryman. His blood was splattered across the snow, leaving a crimson tail straight to the beast's nest. Sorry. Well, it's a long battle. Yeah.
Give me a time. Arbalist at your command. Don't like this.
Damn. Fuck is that?
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Damn. I really don't like that. You passed!
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Alright. So we won the first round.
What do you want of me?
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Armor won't serve.
It's fine. Damn. Mighty fucking
Left, right, left, right.
What the hell, guys?
Again and again and again.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Like 63 too late. The thing is, he has more cards than I do. Oh,
Tell me you jest.
One bolt.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
What the hell is that? What? What?
What do you want of me?
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
We must trust each other.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
I have to pass now. Now, he still has one card. Oh yes, let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Meet with Bruverug.
The Lyrians ascended the highest section of the Mahakam Range. Snow crunched under their boots, cold air stung their lungs, and the winds snapped at their cloaks. Meve wiped sweat from her brow and turned to Raynor.
There! By the rocks! We shall...
The rest of her words were drowned out by a powerful blast. The entire mountain rumbled with a low, vibrating roar. The sound grew louder, echoing off the rocks, splitting their ears. The Lyrians looked around, disoriented. Few heard Gabor's warning.
Dinna just stand there! Get behind the rock! Quick! Hurry!
Meve followed the dwarf's gaze and cried out in terror. The snow stuck to the mountainside had started to slide down the slope, sending up mists of icy dust. Before she could react, the white torrent knocked her to her knees, crushing her and smothering her into the ground. All she felt after that was all-encompassing cold and fear. Meve survived.
And silent.
The dwarves who ran to the Lyrians' rescue dug her out of the snow in time. Some of her soldiers were not so lucky. The queen looked at their bodies, blue, frozen. Next to them lay dead horses, demolished wagons. The losses were enormous. Meve wiped her cheek. Her tears burned her frozen skin. Gabor spoke a while with the leader of the Mahakam Guard Patrol that had come to their rescue. His face was dour.
What? What have you learned?
I'll tell you all in good time. But first, you need a warm drink, good victuals.
No, Gabor. I need to find out what in blazes happened here.
Well, it was an avalanche.
Of course it was an avalanche. I'm no fool. But what caused it? What was that noise?
Signal horns. Ours.
So you brought this snow down on us? Dwarves!
Well, aye, but, unawares.
Explain, in brief.
See, we clean our mount regularly. The way menfolk shovel snow off their roofs. Otherwise, the whole shebang would come tumbling down on our heads. When snow's gathered deep enough, we blast our horns to cause a controlled avalanche. Then we need to, sweep up a wee bit and the road's safe.
All well and good, but why did you decide to clean up right as I was passing through?
Wondering that myself. Schedule says next cleaning should have been a week from now. But someone asked the route to be cleared earlier.
Who?
Me, I'll tell you. But first, promise you'll...
Who?
Hey.
The chief.
Owain ep Clenvok.
Who?
The Nilfgaardian emissary. Must have found out you'd be going through.
The bastard. Reynard! Reynard!
Wait! Wait! I understand you're a wee bit upset, you've every right. But you'll never prove Owain meant you harm. The sly weasel will make sure he didn't dirty his own paws.
I've no such scruples. I'll find him and kill him.
And then? How'd you tell that tale to Bruva? Meave, you're justly taught, but for the love, just this once, let it go. Or you'll leave Mahakam with near a scrap to show for it.
Moments later, scouts reported Owain was camped to the north of the accident site. Meave had to decide how much she was willing to risk to get her revenge on the Imperial emissary.
I mean, he just told us not to do it. So... like, why can I not? Yeah, we can. Hello. Looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, doesn't he?
By the elder sideburns, I'd no notion anyone was in the Vale. Nilfgaardian said the road was clear. Ah, Horsons. What a mess. I'm so sorry. With all my heart. Nilfgaardian said the road was clear. Ah, Horsons.
There, milady, whispered one of the scouts.
Left of the path.
Meave squinted. The Nilfgaardians had taken shelter from the falling snow under a rocky outcropping. The smell of roasting meat wafted from their campfire, and echoes of laughter could be heard. The black-clad soldiers had reason to celebrate. They had just decimated Meave's company without even drawing their weapons. Meave's gaze caught something else. A metal container into which the Nilfgaardians tossed bones once they'd been gnawed clean. It looked strangely familiar. Only after a moment did the Queen understand it was an overturned Lyrian helmet dug out of the snowy grave of one of her men.
The Horsons.
Meave hissed.
They'll pay for this.
Meave! Asking you last time, keep a cool head.
Whispered Gabble.
You want vengeance? I get it. But think of the cost. If so much as a hair gets plucked from Owain's head, Bruver will never forgive you. And you can kiss any hope of aid goodbye.
Silence followed. Finally to be broken by one of the scouts.
Milady, what's the order? Do we attack?
No,
said the Queen after long deliberation.
But milady, they...
I know what they did, and that I shall never forget nor forgive.
Said Meave, placing a hand on her scout's shoulder.
But breaking Dwarven law only plays into the Nilfgaardian's hand, causing us to lose allies and our chance for victory.
Meave brushed the snow from her trousers and straightened her spine.
Avenge our comrades we shall. Not here, but in the fields of Lyria and Rivia.
The Lyrians resumed their march with heavy, beleaguered steps. Their path still piled high with the snow brought down by the Nilfgaardians.
Sons of cunts, that's what I say. Damn. Hello.
While passing the mining settlement of Kolstock, Meave heard the sounds of battle.
Hey-ho! Into the fray, lads!
Expecting she would see monsters swarming dwarves, the Queen set off at a gallop to the rescue. Her braid blew about in the wind like a banner, showing her men in which direction to attack. The dwarves she saw, however, were not engaged in a battle against Shaelmars and Barbigazes. No, they were going at one another. Luckily, no weapons had yet been drawn, but given the dwarves have hands the size of bread loaves, this did not necessarily mean there would be no deaths.
Oi, lads!
Roared Gabor Zigrin.
What's this foolishness? Calm the hell down, damn it!
Gabor's intervention proved successful. The dwarves limited themselves to verbal jousting. Meve, who was no stranger to barrack room talk, nonetheless turned crimson at the dwarves' cursing. Piecing together the obscenities, Meve concluded they were debating an old quarrel about the height of a certain mountain, or rather of the twin peaks atop it. One of them lay in the territory of Clan Dahlberg, while the other in the Hoogsland. Each family felt their peak was the highest, all measurements indicating the contrary being total fabrications.
Queen?
Started Gabor, nervously chewing his moustache.
They're asking if you, as yin impartial and a fair-minded wench to boot, wouldn't you wish to settle their idiot squabble once and for all?
Meve knew well that this type of age-old quarrel could easily end in bloodshed, so she resolved to help. Representatives of the two clans gave her a strange mechanism she was to use to measure elevation.
What?
All that was left was for the Queen to button her coat up to the neck and scale the twin peaks.
Time to end this delicate feud.
Wait.
Once and for all.
Oh my gosh. Look, I'll be honest, I'm too tired to pay attention.
End this delicate feud. Once and for all.
Okay, but what am I to do? So I don't know. Am I going the right way? Yeah.
When she and her force had traveled half the way to the first, she heard a long roar that made snow shells detach and descend. Without waiting for her scouts to return with reports, Meve drew her sword.
Oh gosh, is it a regular fight? Fighting on a steep mountain slope is no easy task. The Lyrians struggled to find solid footing in the snow, propped up by their spears, their eyes squinting under ice-speckled brows, whereas the beasts they moved with ease, leaping from rock to rock, long talons scraping menacingly against a stone. Yeah.
Eyes up, lads! They're flying straight for us!
Nice.
Catch! I smell a leak.
This is pretty good. This is a brilliant start. Good start.
Don't like this.
Left, right, left, right.
Oh no.
When will you ever learn?
Cursed traitors.
Hey?
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Should be alright.
Tell me you jest.
I'm a monster.
It was plain idiotic. Piss off.
Take those measurements and let's be gone from this place.
Yeah.
The Lyrians managed to repel the monsters and reach both peaks. Upon each, Meve ordered her men to take the measurements. While waiting, she admired the breathtaking view of the Mahakaman Massif. The dwarven contraption left no room for doubt. The peak within the Dahlberg clan territory was 2 feet higher than that within Hoog territory. Gabor was clearly displeased with the results.
Damn it all! I'd hoped you'd prove Brewer's clan was in the right. He'd have been content to see the Dahlbergs knocked down a peg or two, and, possibly, he'd have been more inclined to help you,
said the dwarf in frustration. Then, after a pause, he added,
Although, only you saw what the device showed, Queen. Perhaps you could, recalibrate the results a wee bit?
No.
To lie would be simple, true.
said Meve.
Yet to forget the matter would be so much harder. No, Gabor, I shall tell the truth.
The Queen's
Like, they
tone
can
made
always
it clear the
double-check,
discussion was over.
though.
Gabor let the matter lie, and Meve's force began its descent down the mountainside.
Like, it's one thing to lie about something that no one can possibly verify, but nah. This would just come to bite me in the ass, you just know it. Hey, Isabel. Are you still here, babies?
The dwarves of both clans had been waiting with bated breath for the expedition's return and report. As soon as Meve announced the results, the Dahlbergs rolled barrels of beer out into the square and began to celebrate. Naturally, the Hoogs were disappointed, yet they accepted Meve's results as final. At last, they had come to trust her.
Hey.
Dalberts are the dwarves we need. Every hoogs are dunderheed. Dalberts are the dwarves we need. Every hoogs are dunderheed.
For frostbite, you'd best avail yourself of some honey juice. Even better if you had a wee nip of vodka. Oh, snorters are frozen solid. Not just those in my beard. Why, up my nose too. Once we're neath Carbon, we'll find our way to the tavern. Set our arses down by the fire and sip mugs of mulled wine. For frostbite, you'd best avail.
Damn.
As Meve neared Langbridge, she ordered her bugler to announce her arrival, then retired to her tent to freshen up. Gascon was already inside, awaiting her.
I do not seem to recall summoning you.
In that case, I must tell you to fret not. Nothing wrong with your memory. I've come with no agenda. Spontaneously, call it, to chat.
Then I propose you leave. Just as spontaneously, call it. I must don fresh clothes. I'm to see the Elder soon, and I'd prefer to not smell of horse sweat.
Doubt it'd make much difference to him. And be assured, I know what I speak of. When last we met, I found myself standing downwind of him. A pungent experience.
I don't really understand, like, Maeve's attitude towards Gascon at this point. Even if he was introduced as an enemy, at the moment he's been an ally for a while. So I really don't understand the animosity here.
Well, Hugh saved the experience of his breath. So pungent I thought I might faint.
Well, to revive you, pinch you awake, I'm sure would be quite a pleasure.
Gascon, I beg your pardon. Ugh, I shall have nightmares now.
Not tonight. For I fear you might not sleep at all. You see, there's something you ought to know. And decidedly before you meet with Bruver. The sites we cleared of beasts, I ferreted a bit. Noted something peculiar. Any notion what it was?
None. The monumental dwarven architecture, perhaps?
Bones, my dear Maeve. Dwarven bones. Now, guess what I found on them?
Wait, don't dare give me any hints. Bite marks.
Of course. After all, they'd been gnawed clean of all flesh by monsters, incidentally making it quite easy to spot other markings. Ones made by axes and swords. To be certain, I showed the bones to our medics, and they confirmed my conclusion.
Meaning what?
They were murdered,
That
Maeve, you dumbass.
The Fuchses.
Did not perish due to an invasion of beasts from the depths. The monsters merely ate the bodies and occupied empty homes. Now, I shared my discovery with Gabor, and guess what he did? He panicked. He started to squirm, babble nonsense. I wager my right arm he's hiding something.
Blast. Overly eager to aid us from the start he was. I might have sensed something. I shall have him summoned at once. And I thank you, Gascon. I won't forget this.
Minutes later, Gabor stood before the Queen. At first, he tried to mislead her with evasive answers, but as her pointed questions demolished one clumsy excuse after another, he had to give in.
Oi. As King Desmond said after a hefty squirt in his hose, we can't sweep this under the rug.
If you think I welcome jests in this moment, you err. My fingers itch to summon the hangman.
Right. So... 'tis true. I misled you. On our clan elder's orders, supposed to make sure you destroyed Burr's Rump and Davor's Abyss thoroughly enough to leave nae a trace.
What? Why? What did they wish to hide?
They was home to the Fuchses, our mortal enemies. They'd been a-boiling our heinies for ages, thumbing their noses, taking what they want when they want, and the Elder-in-Chief didn't gie a ploughing whit. So to stop them, our clan, we did the unpardonable. The Ziggurin elders saw their chance and they...
Gods. So you were responsible for the deaths of all those dwarves?
Me? I didn't raise a finger. Tried to stop them, in fact.
No witnesses survived, meaning you must have murdered the entire clan. How?
Queen, you sure you...
I am. And you should be sure to answer in full, omitting no detail.
A few years back, we got pummeled by a horrendous winter. Stone-breaking frosts, whiteout storms, avalanches. Made travelling a painful form of suicide. Hunger drove beasts out of their dens. Pass was covered in the filth. Got to where they paced right outside the walls. Fuchses fought a hard, bloody fight to keep the critters out of Davor's Abyss. Lost near every axe-wielding dwarf they had. Only survivors had to winter at Burr's Rump. Our elders felt such an opportunity wouldn't knock again. After killing the town's meagre guard, they set fire to it and barricaded the gates. They didn't stand a chance.
Bastards. How in the world did the truth go undiscovered?
Once it were over, our dwarves opened the gates. Before they'd lit their pipes, starving beasts came crawling out of the pass. The stank of dead flesh were strong. Zigrins who came back from that never were the same. If you'd only gandered their gaze when they had us all take a vow of silence. And then,
You invented that blarney about primeval monstrosities the Fuchses had awoken by mining too deep. A riveting tale, and one with a moral to boot.
Aye. But the Elders worried Brewer would suspect something all the same. That's why they wanted you to destroy all the evidence.
Repugnant. You claim not to have taken part, but neither did you do anything to stop the massacre.
What was I to do exactly? The Elders had decided. Nae dwarf would listen to me.
You might have informed the Elder-in-Chief. The guilty would have been punished.
The guilty? You didn't ken Brewer. He'd punish the whole clan. Women, children, nae exceptions. Maeve, Queen. I'm begging you. He canna ever learn of this. Aye, I want a hack flame too when I think what the Elder's done. But t'other way it'd bring but more pain and death.
I don't understand. I really don't. I might just be too freaking tired also.
You've got a lot of nerve, making requests after lying to me.
Trying to ensure you ken the stakes. But you'll do as you see fit. Like always.
I need to consider what's right.
What do you
Meanwhile,
mean
Gascon,
what's right?
make sure Gabor remains our guest.
Of course. I'll let you know if he so much as rolls his eyes towards an escape route.
Well. Wellity, wellity, well. Oh shit. Man, I wanted a map. Yeah, it's just perfect. This is exactly what I want. Turn back. Alright, we are going to end the episode here. I am exhausted. It's almost 2 a.m. So yeah, I need to rest. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry if I'm just disconnecting from the story at this point. If I'm completely honest, this chapter is dragging tremendously, but I'm still gonna push through, but next time. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.